Physical traits are caused by genes, but how do scientists know which genes correspond with which traits? Let's talk about it. In people, this is usually done by comparing the DNA of someone who has a specific trait with someone who doesn't. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of differences between the DNA of two random people, so to help narrow things down, scientists will typically investigate the DNA of two people who are closely related to each other. If I have a trait that my mom doesn't, we'll get a much shorter list of differences between our DNA by comparing me to her versus me to some random other person, because my mom and I already share 50% of our DNA. You can also expand this to do whole groups of people using what's called a genome-wide association study. If you get 1,000 people in a room who all share a specific trait and you realize that they also share a specific variant in a specific gene of their DNA, you can be pretty sure that that variant and that gene have something to do with the trait in question. Genome-wide association studies are also really useful for helping scientists figure out more complicated traits that aren't just controlled by one gene, for example, genetic risk factors for certain diseases. But what happens when a gene is so essential that no one on Earth is walking around with a dysfunctional copy? Next time, I'll talk about a technique called genetic screens, which are performed in animals and tend to yield some pretty weird results, and also, strangely enough, involve a story about Sonic the Hedgehog. See you then!